10,000 years had passed since the war that had broken Argob's ambition in the jungles of Kresher, the name the Krasli people had always claimed as their own. What Argob once called a backwater world, now pulsed with vibrant life. Dawa, once a fledgling city built from blood and bioluminescent vines, had grown into a canopy metropolis. Platforms soared among the trees, woven with shimmering iron vine, powered by reclaimed Argobian cores. The Kresheri, descendants of warriors, hybrids, and poets, lived among the stars and roots. They taught their young not only the lore of the jungle but the secrets of the galaxy, how to read wormhole tides, how to harness Virilium, how to blend instinct with innovation. Their bows still sang with iron-vine tension, their shields still bloomed from jungle energy, but their eyes now held starlight. Meanwhile, Argob, the once sterile moon, had changed. After the fall of Hashem and the rise of Mekir's movement, the Argobians turned inward. They evolved, physically and socially. Their eyes grew wider, bodies thinner, minds sharper. They became the galaxy's archivists, probing the cosmos with wormhole drives and cold precision, always observing, rarely interfering. Their politics dissolved, replaced by a singular devotion to knowledge. The legacy of Ayatu, the warrior who spared an enemy and forged a nation, lived on. On one soft-lit morning, under twin suns, a ship shimmered through a wormhole over Dawa's skyline. Its hull gleamed like starlight. Kresheri children froze, watching its descent. Warriors readied bows. Tension stirred beneath the canopy. Tira, a young girl of hybrid bloodline, stood tall on the highest platform, a carved quill tablet in hand. She was descended from Lyra herself, her grey-blue fur marked her as both crass and legacy. The ship's ramp hissed open. From it emerged Sirik, an Argobian envoy, skin silver-pale, eyes endless and black. "We seek Virilium," Sirik said. "And environmental data on Kresher." Kale, Tira's father and a respected elder, stepped forward, hand resting near his iron-vine spear. "You still call it Krasli," he said. "Do you forget what we endured?" Sirik's expression did not change. "We use the term of record. But we come in peace." A drone floated from the ship, silent, scanning. A Kras archer loosed a quill arrow. It shattered mid-air, sparks flying. The jungle responded. Bows were drawn. Spears lifted. Tira raised her tablet, stepping between them. "Ayatu chose peace once," she said, her voice steady. "You live because she showed mercy. Trade with respect, or leave." Sirik raised their hands. Their ship's weapons powered down. "Understood." The warriors hesitated, then lowered their weapons. Trade proceeded, beryllium crystals exchanged for star charts and medical tech. But the moment lingered. When Sirik turned to leave, he paused. "You are not what we expected," he said to Tira. "We never were," she replied. "But we remember." The ship vanished through the wormhole. The canopy city exhaled. Kresher remained unbowed, its spirit intact. In the silence that followed, Kale placed a hand on Tira's shoulder. "They may return," he said. Tira's gaze fixed on the stars. "So will we." In that promise, in that pause between peace and possibility, Kresher stood eternal, rooted in memory, reaching ever toward the stars. Kresher's twin suns dipped below the horizon, casting golden shadows over Dawa's sprawling canopy cities. Vines shimmered with bioluminescence, and iron-vine platforms pulsed with the heartbeat of a civilization reborn. In the High Council chamber, Tira stood before the elders, her hands cradling a carved tablet and a humming Argobian data core, twin relics of two civilizations fated to intertwine. Kale, her father and a hybrid elder, stood beside her, his eyes wary. Around them, leaders of Kresher debated the latest Argobian request, detailed ecological data, samples from their ecosystem, and deeper access to the jungle's core. The unease was thick. Though the Greys, Argobians to the stars, archivists to the galaxy, had evolved far beyond their conquering ancestors, the echoes of war still stirred beneath Crusher's skin. Across the stars, on a blue-green world called Earth, humans whispered stories of pale beings with black eyes who came in silence, probing and vanishing. Their stories sounded absurd, tales of strange experiments and bottom probing, but they were rooted in truth. The Argobians were scientists, driven by ecological curiosity, not malice. Their fascination with digestive systems, with fecal samples, wasn't humiliation, it was their way of understanding survival. Tira had studied the core herself. They want to know how Crusher thrives, she told Kale. Our diet, our balance, our very endurance. Kale frowned. Understanding is one thing. Ownership is another. They still call our world Krasley. Then we teach them who we are, she replied. Not as enemies, but as kin. The council approved her proposal, a joint expedition to a distant world. A message was sent through the wormhole, and days later, under twin suns, a ship emerged like a second dawn. Sirik returned, their silver frame untouched by time, eyes as unreadable as ever. This time, Crusher greeted them not with spears, but with purpose. Tira led the delegation. Hybrids, Kras warriors, jungle scientists with quill tools and vine maps. Sirik brought drones, scanners, and data collectors. The jungle watched. A distant Shalok roared. We propose a shared journey, Tira said, presenting the star charts. To explore, not conquer. To learn, not forget. Sirik inclined their head. Crusher shaped us. We accept. Yet instinct flared. A drone scanned too close, and a warrior scarred by history fired a quill arrow. It grazed Sirik's shoulder, drawing a glimmer of silver blood. Drones armed themselves. Chaos trembled. Stand down. Tira commanded, stepping between them. This is not who we are. Silence fell. The drones powered down. Sirik met her gaze. Your spirit remains strong. Together, they launched the expedition. Crusher's vine ship and Argob's starcraft slipped through the wormhole, arriving on a world lush and uncharted. There, Kras and Grey worked side by side, mapping routes and stars, collecting samples that whispered of shared origins. Their tools, quill and probe, merged. When Tira returned to Dawa, the data core glowed with wonder. Ayata's mercy lit a fire, she said. We carry it into the stars. Kale placed his spear aside, eyes soft with pride. So long as we choose our path. Above them, the wormhole shimmered, a gateway not of conquest, but of kinship. Crusher's jungle sang again, not in fear, but in welcome. A new era had begun. The universe was wide, the stars waiting, and Crusher's flame burned too bright to ever be forgotten.